Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chapple Show, and today we're going to be talking about something called lifestyle inflation. So I was scavenging through Reddit Finance, and I saw this post. It was quite strange about how someone and whatever their partner or their group of friends, they increased their income in a few years like fivefold. They went from collectively 50 grand to 250 grand, yet they had less in savings than they did when they were only making 50 grand. And they went through this long explanation, and it's called lifestyle inflation. So I'll give you an example of what happens when a lot of people make money. And this is kind of what a lot of, people who end up going broke, this is what happens to them. So when you're making, I'll give you an example. So if you're making, $30,000 a year, 30K. Now, in order to have a comfortable lifestyle, what do you need to do and not to overextend yourself? Most people in this, they eat craft dinner, they eat KD, or, they eat chips, they cook their own food, they eat oatmeal, all that kind of stuff. I know you're like, where is he going with this? Just stick with me here. They think about gas and how they have to have their friends pitch in for gas. So they don't travel as much too because they think about gas money. So they don't travel as much. A lot of people will stay in only for financial purposes. Stay in. So they won't go to a club. They won't go to movies. They won't go to eat out. People will be a lot smarter with their money sometimes. This all depends on person by person, but I'm just saying in order to pay all your bills at $30,000, they do a lot of different things. So then after all this, after they stay in, after they eat chips and don't spend any money outside of the stuff that they need, they'll still end up saving somehow, maybe $1,000, maybe $2,000 a year. Maybe more. Maybe you're one of those people that saves a lot. Maybe, when I was doing that number, I would still put away $5,000, $10,000. That's just the way it is for some people. So anyways, we're going to go back to that example on Reddit where someone increased their income fivefold. So remember that this person was doing 30K. They were eating in a lot. They were saving a lot of money. They ended up saving $1,000 or $2,000 a year. And now instead of increasing fivefold, we'll just say you go up to, what's an arbitrary number, $70,000. Okay, you got a big promotion. This same person got a big promotion, they're higher up in the company, and things are going well. So what happens? Well, instead of eating craft dinner and oatmeal and all that stuff, they start buying food. They start buying more expensive, Whole Food. Is that what you guys have in the United States? Buying Whole Foods. They go to Whole Foods, whatever that place is. And, they buy more expensive, organic stuff, even though it doesn't do anything. Organic food, there's really no difference. It's just the type of fertilizer they use to call it organic. It's so stupid. Sorry, I'm a science major too. People think that I'm just a business person. No, I'm a science person first, business second. So, they start spending, instead of spending, $1 on craft dinner for a meal, it's all of a sudden $4 on whatever. All of a sudden they're spending 4 times as much on groceries, essentially. All of a sudden they start going out more. So they think that because they're making 70K, they can go out, they can go to bars, they can go to movies, they can go to whatever. They'll increase they'll have an entertainment budget. So as I said, they will go out and buy shit that they didn't buy before, even though they think it's a necessity now, but meanwhile, when you were making 30K, it wasn't a necessity. Like nice clothes, newer work clothes. You didn't need that before. Why do you need it now? And I don't know, you start going out to dinner more, you start pretty much, because you make more money, you start to spend more money and think you can afford more than you actually can. So a lot of the times, for this kind of person, their income has increased by, 2.2 times what it was before? 2.2 2.3 times what it was before. But a lot of the times what will happen is their expenses, their lifestyle expenses, will go up about 2.4 times as much. So yes, you can buy better stuff, but at the end of the day, this person's saving just as much as the person making 30K. And I've seen that from some of my friends too. A lot of people are going on, they're making more money now. They're out of high school, they're out of university, so they're going on trips. They're going out to eat more. They're going out to, cafes and bars and all that stuff. And yet they're saving as much money as they were in high school, making, half as much as they were, or making twice as much now as they were in high school. So, and then, obviously this goes up. If you're making 400K all of a sudden, instead of buying that shitbox car, you're trying to buy a Lamborghini, and you're trying to get a multi-million-dollar house. And so this is what I like to call lifestyle inflation. It's when your lifestyle expenses, when your lifestyle expenses increase faster than your income. That's what lifestyle inflation is. That's what happens to a lot of people who go poor. And a lot of people who just overextended themselves, to be honest. This should just be a general thing to watch out for. As I know a lot of you guys are young people out there, so this is super, super important for you. When you start making more money, don't change your spending habits right away. Give it some time. Just keep your lifestyle the same even though you're making more money, and you'll become wealthier in the long run. That makes sense. Unless you want to invest your money, that's completely different. So this is just, a quick topic I wanted to talk about. What are some lifestyle inflation? Have you guys ever experienced that before? I mean, I actually kind of have. I'll give you a funny example here. So when I went from making essentially I was 16, 17, if you include my camp counselor money, I was barely pulling in money. It was $5,000 to $10,000. I don't even know. I have probably less than that, to be honest. It's probably just a few $1,000, $3,000. I was living off my parents' money when I was 16, 17. And then all of a sudden, I got a job which was paying $25, $30 an hour. I forget how much I made that year when I was 18, but doing the math there, if that was $30,000, let's just say, it was probably more than that. I started going out to eat $8 lunches every day. And $8 lunches, by the way, every day times 365, what does that come out to? That's almost 3,000, that's what, 2,500? That's $2,600 of an expense just because I wanted to eat out every day. And I did. I ate out every fucking day. It was somewhat healthy food. I mean, I'd have sandwiches and stuff, but sometimes it'd be pizza. And just watch out for those things, especially in university too. So many people go to bars and shit because they have a part-time job and going to university. They go to bars, they buy liquor all the time, and it's just, guys, get your financial situation straight before you buy shit. So many young people make that mistake. I think I'm gonna wrap up this video here. So anyways, as I said before, have you ever experienced this before? I did with food, with my lunchtime food. All of a sudden I went from packing my $2 lunch a day to eating an $8 lunch every day, and it adds up. It was an extra $2,000 out of my pocket, essentially, $2,000 for 1 year of just eating out. So anyways, I think that's gonna wrap up this video here, and you are all very beautiful people. I'll see you guys next time.